Hey guys, I want to show you something that reminds me of you. Ready? Ready? Look at it! It's a small little bottle! Because you're so dainty and adorable! And if you're a man, you're durable and unique. Is that... I thought it was cute though. I like small things. I like little things that are smaller than they're supposed to be. I think they're adorable. Anyway, hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Call Me Chris. You can call me Chris, and you guys seem to like the last Reddit video. I do them a lot over on my second channel, Call Me Chris 2. I'm going on a very long road trip very soon, in about a day, and I was like, I gotta bust out a video, and I fell upon Reddit again. All right, so we're getting another Reddit, and you guys seem to like the last one, so I'm doing a best of Redditor updates, so they're gonna be extra juicy. All right, let's get into it. Also, I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a vlog or something, so I'm going to attempt, let's see how I do. I'm going to attempt to vlog this road trip. All right, it's gonna be me, Caleb, Kevin, and Frankie. So we couldn't take 5 dogs and 2 cats. Also, I got a cat. I got another cat. We got a stray cat. A stray kitten. We found it in the middle of a parking lot, bloody and malnourished and sad and meowing. So we took him in, and now he is bigly and he is adorable. I'll put in some footage here. So as you guys know, I like to yap. I like to talk. But little did you guys know, I actually like to talk in different languages. And I can do that now thanks to Babbel. And what's really made me want to learn another language so bad is the fact that I live in Texas and a lot of people speak Spanish here. And I took Spanish in high school and in university. So I already had the basics, but I feel like I'm starting to lose it, and I really want to be able to talk to people that speak Spanish. So I downloaded Babbel, one of the top language learning apps in the world, and it's helped so much. And what I love about Babbel is that it focuses on real conversations you'll actually use. And for me specifically right now, that's Spanish, because they have specific lessons for travel situations, going out to restaurants, and other specific conversations that you'll actually use, not just boring hola or adios basics. And their 650 plus language experts design lessons that get you speaking in real life scenarios. And in just 3 weeks, I learned practical Spanish phrases like ¿Dónde está el baño? Where's the restroom? Or ¿Me trae la cuenta? Can I have the check? Or ¿Me llamo Cristina? ¿Cómo te llamas? My name is Christina. What's your name? And these have been really fun to use in my everyday life when I go out. So I'm on one of my lessons, and it's asking me to spell out the word that I've learned. El pedido. El pedido. Done. I got it right! Haha. El número de seguimiento. I gotta work on that. Número. I got it right again.
El correo electrónico.
El correo electrónico. I like it because it forces you to say it out loud and write it down and use it in sentences, so you have to use every aspect of the word. And I like it because it has like guided conversations, audio recaps, you can listen to podcasts in other languages, and there's a grammar guide. Grammar's probably like the hardest thing for me for other languages, but they have so many different things you can do. You can meet people and make plans, practice communication strategies, describe yourself and others, talk about what you want to do. The options are endless, and it's really, really helpful if you have like a specific thing you want to learn. So let's do order at a restaurant.
Hi there. Let's practice ordering at a restaurant. I'll start the conversation. Buenas tardes. ¿Qué desea de primero?
Quiero ensalada. Send my answer.
Perfecto. ¿Y de segundo?
See, that's really cool. Pollo, por favor. And then you can enter your answer.
¿Qué desea para beber?
And Yale University researchers proved you can start speaking in just 3 weeks with Babbel. Plus, there's a 20-day money-back guarantee if it's not for you. And I use it on my phone during lunch breaks or just when I'm hanging out on the couch watching a movie. But you can also use it on your tablet or your computer. So ready to stop feeling lost in translation? Well, you can get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription. So click my special link in the description to start your language learning journey today. And the offer's right at the top before show more, and I've pinned it in the comments as well. So let me know in the comments, what language would you like to learn and why? Are you learning Spanish too? Tell me your goals. And gracias to Babbel for sponsoring this video and supporting this channel, and let's get back to it. But anyway, I'm gonna try to vlog for you guys, and that'll be next Saturday's video. Okay, so look forward to that. All right, sorry for ranting. Okay, grab your blankies. Let's cozy up, listen, and read some Reddit. Okay, first step.
I, 25 female, think my boyfriend, 31 male, is trying to train me 2 years.
Oh, this could be really bad or kind of funny, but I feel like it's not going to be funny. I don't even know what this is. Sorry if this sounds disorganized, but he's literally in the bed beside me right now and I'm losing my mind. T, okay. He has a habit of discouraging me from doing things he dislikes. Oh, this isn't funny. This is very real. Not by pointing it out to me, but by physically stopping me. For example, he hates that I bite my nails, and to discourage me, he slaps my hand out of my mouth. Okay, that's not okay. I also like to rip my nails off, and Caleb kindly asks me to stop because he knows it's not good. It's when I have anxiety. He doesn't hit my hand. That's terrible. This is weird, right? Yes. Like, I didn't notice how much he did this until he was visiting for my birthday and made popcorn so we can watch Stranger Things on Netflix. I eat quickly. I always have. He decided I was eating the popcorn too fast and smacked my hand away and snapped, "Slow down." Like, what? It's the popcorn I paid and made for us. It's my frickin' birthday tomorrow. Let me eat popcorn. I feel embarrassed and sad and kind of stunned. I stopped eating it altogether because I was self-conscious, and he didn't even eat hardly any of it. He wasn't worried I wouldn't leave him any. He just didn't like the way I ate it. What the frick? Oh yeah, you gotta leave this guy. I don't like this at all. I've sat and thought about this and realized he does this all the time. He tries to grab my ECIG because he doesn't like it. Oh, e-cig, sorry. Because he doesn't like it. He tells me off and smacks my hand away if I eat snacks too quickly. He slaps my hand out of my mouth if I'm biting my nails and calls me disgusting. I get that these things could be annoying habits, but am I wrong to be hurt by how he decides to go about telling me? I've never had any partner take issue with my mannerisms before. I feel like a dog. What do I do here? And you know, I guess we don't know if it's just like a little tap, but either way, clearly it's not welcomed. No, I'm not even, there's like no benefit of the doubt. I don't like this at all. It makes me very uncomfortable. Obviously it makes you uncomfortable. I would voice that it makes you extremely uncomfortable and you don't like it, but it's sounding like he doesn't really care. And it's like his way or the highway, and he's not considerate. This isn't a considerate person. He doesn't use his words like an adult. He does what a toddler would do and be like, I don't like that. Like, I guess talk to him, but I'd say that if he feels that way and if he's like slapping you to stop doing it, he feels a certain way, and it's just, I don't know. I just really don't like this at all. And I try to be like devil's advocate and see both sides, but I just don't see both sides. I don't like it. And you need to tell me you don't like it. Let's see what the comments say. Comment said, I can't help but comment that approximately 2 years is very typical timeline for, you know, slapping type behavior tendencies to come out. Your boyfriend at the very least is being disgustingly disrespectful. This is part of where you have to ask yourself if this is brand new behavior or if he's tried to be controlling of things he doesn't like about you in the past, perhaps not as severely. If my husband started doing this, I would insist we see a neurologist immediately because that's so far out of the range of normal and healthy that I would be convinced that he had a tumor or something if he did it. Same. Straight up. This is not normal. This is not acceptable. Respect yourself and act accordingly. Okay, well, don't be too hard on her. You know, like, she's 25. This might be like her first relationship. It's just, I don't know. But yeah. OP said, see, it's been happening for a while now. It's weird, but I just kind of overlooked it until now. I guess I thought that maybe it was annoying and I should stop rather than maybe this is totally an appropriate way of stopping bad habits. Right. Another comment said, he doesn't get to decide how you eat popcorn. In fact, all of the habits you list that he feels the need to smack your hand for are very minor and fall really hard into the who gives a shit category. I read your post to my husband. His response was to gesture wildly with his arms and ask if your boyfriend is mental. Quote, that's up. He's f***ed up. Who does that? Why did she put up with that crap? You totally have to ask her why she puts up with that crap. So at my husband's request, why do you put up with that crap? I mean, again, like, I don't want to be hard on this person because it's like, clearly they're just starting to notice it now, and maybe it wasn't to the point where it was, hurting or anything like that, but it's little things like, from personal experience, it's these little things that don't seem like a lot, but you realize are their abusive behavior. OP said to that, because there haven't been any red flags before this, I suppose, but that doesn't make this okay. I'm kind of stunned still, so organizing my thoughts is a bit hard right now. So there's an edit. It says, okay, so clearly the fact we will play fight as a couple doesn't make this acceptable. Okay, so I guess somewhere in the comments she said that they like play fight and horseplay and stuff. For people asking, there have been times where I'd ask him to stop, okay, which is usually dismissed. I don't like that. Last night was the first time I felt ashamed what I was doing and told him, I really hate that you do that. Good for you. He made a frustrated kind of noise and then we both stopped eating it. So I brought it up, sort of, but I need to address this further. Thank you all for your comments and advice. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that's all the stuff I was curious about. Did you bring it up? Do you guys horseplay and do that? But he's acting like a child. He's literally acting like a toddler. Are you dating a 2-year-old toddler? Like, what is going on here?
But we have an update.
So it's been a while since I last posted, but a few people had asked for an update, so here we are. I read your posts and sat on it for a few days. I knew I had to break up with him, but I wanted to talk to my family first. Oh, okay. I went to Portugal with them to a family wedding, and it was beautiful and exactly what I needed to clear my head. Alcohol, son, and my giant Catholic family. Oh, love that. I talked to my mom and dad, and they were both shocked. They asked if he had hurt me physically, and fortunately, I was able to answer no, honestly. Okay, that's good. They said to use the long weekend away to really think about what I wanted, and it was great advice. I watched my cousin and his fiance getting married in the most beautiful ceremony and realized I'd never had this type of relationship with my now ex-boyfriend. Oh! Ex. We love to hear it because it wasn't just slapping things away from me, it was constant criticism. I was never really relaxed around him. He would get shitty when I was too affectionate, more than a quick hug or a peck on the lips. He would criticize what I was wearing, my job, my house, everything was under constant scrutiny, but when I would ask for verbal affection, he would just say, oh, that's hard for me. One time he laughed in my face when I tried to initiate sexuals, and I cried myself to sleep. I should have dumped him after that. Oh, see, you don't deserve that. You deserve something so much better. You deserve somebody that actually wants to be affectionate towards you and love you the way you should be loved and appreciate all your little, mannerisms and stuff. It's funny. Caleb told me the other day, we were walking back to the house because we both work in an office together, across from our house. And we were walking back and he's like, I go slowly down the stairs and he goes really quickly down the stairs and I was in front of him and I was going really slow. And usually he's like, come on, hurry up, in a funny way. But he didn't say anything the one time. And I was like, huh. And he's like, you do things that if you were someone else, it would really bother me. But because it's you doing it, I just makes me love you more. And I was like, that's the sweetest thing you've ever said to me, buddy. That's what you deserve. Somebody that appreciates your little quirks. So I got home and broke up with him. Unfortunately, I had to do it over the phone due to distance, and that even if I traveled to his house, I wouldn't have wanted to do it with his parents there. We talked and I linked him to the last post because I had everything in writing there and wanted him to read the responses. He made so many excuses and promises that it would never happen again, and I'm not anyone from your past, referring to my ex-boyfriend who liked to actually hit me. Okay, so you're used to that. Almost makes even more sense because when you come from that type of relationship, it's hard to differentiate what is good and what is normal and what is acceptable because that's what you experienced before. I know I've had trouble with that, with being like, oh, that's normal, going from a mentally abusive relationship to a physically one to another mentally one. It's just oh, this is just normal, I guess. But if it gets a little better, you're like, oh, this is fine, right? Him slapping my hand is fine. It's no, it's not. Still not good. And unfortunately you kind of just have to learn as you go. And luckily she's leaving the relationship. and I'm sure people in the comments can tell their stories if they've experienced the same thing. But yeah, it's that almost makes more sense. I feel like not hitting me hard does not excuse raising your hands at me for constant criticism, for withholding affection after my conversations. I stayed firm and the relationship is over, and it's honestly for the best. Oh, I'm so proud of you. It sucked super hard for a few days before I stopped myself from wallowing and got on with life, which has been great again. I've started seeing someone who was in the same career as me, so he gets that we both could travel away from each other, and I think I'm moving to London for 2 years in January, which is like a dream come true. Oh, that's amazing. So anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for the advice and knocking some sense into me. I think I needed to learn a bit more about what is acceptable in a relationship, but I have plenty of time to do that. Oh, round of applause. Round of applause for this queen. There you go. There you go. We love that. That's great. I'm glad that this person stuck to their guns and they're living their life now. And, you know, if you're in the same situation, just know you don't have to be stuck in that. You can just leave. It's better to leave than to convince yourself that it's okay. And this is a very good example of that. All right, well, let's move on to the next one. All right, next up.
Pregnant coworker keeps saying awful things to my terminally ill sister.
What? Hoo boy, this will be short but brutal. My little sister has terminal cancer. She has between 2 to 4 years left, no symptoms yet, so she's still going to work every day. I'm so sorry. They're a small company of 10 people, and one of those 10 is a woman apparently bereft of reason or empathy. This gal is 5 months pregnant and will not stop saying inappropriate things to my sis. Here's a highlight reel. Okay. She came to Lil Sis' office, put my sister's hand on her own stomach and said, "Now you have another reason to fight." What? On her own stomach? Quote, "Pregnancy is going around. Guess you don't have to worry about that," unquote. Lil Sis beat ovarian cancer a few years ago and had a hysterectomy. What a monster! Quote, "Your body is growing things it shouldn't, and my body is growing exactly what I wanted," unquote. This person should not be allowed to have a child. I don't care. I'm saying it. This is an evil person. While talking about next year's conference, she said, "I'll be pregnant, so Lil Sis, it's all you." Lil Sis replied, "Well, it usually is, but I'm dying, so your ass is going to have to figure something out." My sister doesn't really have the energy to devote to this, nor the to be honest, so she's been ignoring it or responding like she did above. I love her quips, but it's not stopping pregnant lady from saying all these messed up things. Any advice?
Do you guys have HR?
Oh, it says up in read no HR department. What? Is there a boss? Who's the boss? Tell the boss. This is horribly inappropriate. And like your sister's dying, like I'd say leave the job. That's what I'd say is leave. She doesn't need to like deal with this, but then she's got to get another job. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what the best thing to do, but I don't think she should have to deal with this. This woman, pregnant lady, should be fired. This is horrible. Yeah, if you don't have an HR department, I'd say go to the boss and say all the things it's saying, and they need to fire her. I mean, I would just leave. I wouldn't be able to deal with that, especially if, you know, I knew I only had a couple years left. I'd be like, this, you know, but that's easier said than done. Let's read the update. 3 months later. I have an update that, while dissatisfying from an HR perspective, will probably be pretty fun to read. Oh, okay, that's good. My sister vents often to me and our best male friend. Prego left a comment on Lil Sis's Facebook, some sort of, quote, "Did you know I'm pregnant because I'm pregnant?" unquote, comment on cancer update. What? While Lil Sis and I were brainstorming firm but tasteful responses, male friend just left a reply that tore her a new asshole. She immediately deleted her reply and went radio silent. Oh, we love that. We love somebody that stands up for other people. Lil Sis met with her boss the next morning. Yeah, tell the boss. To get ahead of the potential drama, her boss actually shrugged and said, "This is what happens when you talk crazy out of church." Did I mention they're in a tiny mountain town? Oh no. The gist was, she gave my sister carte blanche to put Prego in her place as needed. A warning and write-up would have been better, and I'm disappointed that my sister's manager is kind of a coward. We're glad manager is on her side in at least some way. Prego came into my sister's office with her tail between her legs and apologized profusely, and has since only been annoying in an overly accommodating way. No pregnant talk, no minimizing the terminal cancer. Apparently, we just needed the audacity of a straight white man with nothing to lose. Well, at least somebody stood up for her. My God. It is dissatisfying, I agree with you, but at least she's able to be in a work environment and not be talked down to by a biatch, you know? But we have another update. 2 years after the last update, the pregnant coworker actually left that job shortly after the confrontation, so we didn't have to give her any more thought. Okay, my sister had to work until the last few weeks of her life. Yay, capitalism. That's so f***ed up, dude. And we are so grateful for your help in making sure she didn't have to deal with a bully on top of everything else. She passed away earlier this year. She spent her final months doing almost everything on her bucket list, including hosting her own funeral a few months before she died. She wanted a party, not a memorial. She was the kindest and funniest person I've ever known, and the stars are dimmer with her gone. It's kind of special to know that sometimes when I'm down AAM rabbit hole, I might bump into her. Okay, well, now I'm extremely sad. That's so f***ed up that she had to work until like weeks before she died. Oh my gosh. I mean, at least the bully was out of the way. My gosh. Some of the comments said, yes, the pregnant coworker sucks, but can we talk about how the sister, while dealing with terminal cancer, still had to work during her last weeks alive? Like, holy shit. Yeah. The comment after that said, not at all unusual. I'm fighting stage 4 cancer and I have to go to work to keep my insurance that pays for my treatments. I won't be quitting until I get the there's nothing more we can do talk. God, our system sucks. I lost my husband to cancer. Luckily, he was retired. Can't imagine what you're going through. Stay strong and do fun things with your loved ones. Cancer. Straight up. Hey, cancer. You. I'm so sorry. Another comment says, I don't understand this primal human need to make ourselves feel better by making others feel worse. We should have left it in the caves. Amen. Hey, how about today you go out of your way to make someone feel better, someone else feel better. Let's do that today. I make that your goal. I think every day. I know I actively try to do that. Like if I'm out or something, I just assume everyone's having a bad day and I just try to give them the benefit of the doubt. And yeah, if I can give a compliment or do a little favor or something for someone, I'm not Mother Teresa, by the way, and I have social anxiety, so it's difficult. But I think it's good to just actively think about, you know, this world's a really negative and f***ed up place. But all right, let's move on to the next one. Let me know what you guys think down below.
Am I the scallywag for not wanting to name our son after wife's dead brother?
Oh, this is gonna be rough. I didn't read these before. Yeah, sorry. Obligated, this is a throwaway. I don't want this reaching friends or family. Also, I'm sorry for the length. I didn't know a good way to shorten this without leaving out anything important. Okay. I was directed here upon the advice of a friend after this issue escalated to a huge argument approximately 3 hours ago that resulted in myself leaving our home to go to a buddy's house. I am still here and unsure how to go about resolving this with my wife. Myself, 28 male, and my wife, 26 female, I'm assuming, have been together for 10 years and married for 4 of those. My wife is pregnant with our first child, a boy, and she is due in early July. Now on to the issue that has arisen. My wife wants to name our son after her brother, who passed a little over a year ago. Her brother, we'll call him T, was her only sibling, and they were very close growing up, and they were only 2 years apart. However, her brother was not the most pleasant person. Her brother was a drug addict, starting from the age of 14 or 15. He stole from everyone around him, including myself and my wife. He was every one of his parents and his child. And he served several years behind bars. T was also to my wife and her parents. He had a stay away order from our home because he broke in while we were away and stole our TV, my wife's jewelry box, and one of my hunting rifles. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. T passed last year in April from a drug overdose, and it affected my wife very deeply. It was her first major loss she had suffered, and she still attends therapy to help cope. Okay. When we found out we were having a baby boy, she immediately wanted the name to be T's name. I heavily disagreed, and I have offered many replacements, other family names like her father or grandfather, but she will not budge. She wants our son to have the exact same name as her brother, first and middle. She has even gone as far as to say if we name him something else, she will have to have it changed or only call him by T. This is out of my pay grade. I mean, I don't know how to Oh no. My final straw was when my wife ordered a blanket with T's name sewn into it for our son. I blew up, and I told her I was not naming our child after a drug addict who took advantage of everyone around him. My wife blew up at me. She screamed at me to leave, threatened to call the police if I didn't. She called me a piece of shit for talking about her dead brother like he was trash. I did leave. I told her I would attempt to speak to her again about this once we had both calmed down, and I apologized for speaking about T in a negative way. Okay, that's good at least. I'm getting calls nonstop from her family, calling me names for speaking about T and not wanting to honor him by naming our son after him. My family is on my side, her family's on her side, and my friends are split on the matter. So Reddit, strangers on the internet, I need your opinion on if I am indeed a massive a-hole for not wanting this name for our child. Dude, this is tough. Because on her side, you know, it's her brother. No matter what happened and what kind of person he is, sometimes for some people it just doesn't matter. You know, they're still family and they still care for them deeply and everything. So I understand that she's like seeing this as an opportunity to help let her brother's name like live on and everything, and to remind her of him. But I completely understand your point of view too. It's like, this person didn't treat you right, didn't treat his own child right, didn't treat anyone around you, stole from you, and that will be, you know, a constant reminder. So it's hard because I see it from both sides. This is really, really tough. What do you guys think? I wish she could see your side of it, being like, hey, like, this is my whole opinion. Like, it should be a mutual, the naming should be, you know, you got to agree on it. Like, full stop. You got to agree on the name. I know she is the one, you know, growing him and giving birth to him. So I feel like she's got a little bit more power, and rightfully so, I guess. But, I mean, it's your kid too. You're going to have to call him the same name, and shit, man. I don't know. I don't even have a kid. First comment said, not the asshole. Naming someone after an abusive family member is never a good idea, especially if you both can't agree on it. That's kind of what I think, especially if she wants him to have the exact same first and middle name as him. I could understand one or the other, but both seem like she's almost trying to replace him. Yeah, and I mean, you know, she's grieving, and like, again, I understand it to a degree. Like, maybe that's the compromise. Maybe the middle name could be his first name or something. But OP said, I've tried to approach that with her, but she's very adamant that she is only trying to honor her brother's legacy. I would be willing to give our son T's middle or first name, but she's refusing. She wants both, and she is a force to be reckoned with. Okay, see, you're even compromising on that to be like one or the other, but she's not budging. I don't think that's very fair. A petty part of me wants you to ask her why her brother's legacy is more important than her actual child. Oh, damn, I don't think you should ask that. Another comment said, don't you and your wife want your son to have a clean slate? Why put the burden of someone else on a newborn child like that? I get the phrase, although I don't agree necessarily, do not talk ill of the dead. You also shouldn't angelicize? I've never seen this word before. Angelicize the dead either? Is that a word? I don't know that word. That's okay. New word unlocked. Imagine when your kid can talk and he asks who he's named after. Well, son, you're named after your drug addict uncle. Okay, well, Reddit's always ruthless. But, you know, it is stuff you need to think about, you know? He will want to know who he's named after and what that person was like and everything, and why he was named after some. It is stuff you have to think about. But there's the update, so let's read the update. Update. 3 months later. Hello, internet humans. Not sure if any of you remember the first post a few months back, but I just logged on and saw I had a few messages, so I figured I would post an update. Sorry in advance for the length. That's okay, we love context here. So, if you recall in my first post, me and my wife were expecting a baby boy in early July, and our conflict was occurring over my wife wanting to name our son after her late brother. We got into a huge fight, some names were called, and threats were made, and I was led to this subreddit to ask advice and opinions on the internet to internet strangers. Well, a week after the post, I sat down with my wife, and we had a very long and difficult conversation. She broke down and admitted she was struggling more than she let on with the loss of her brother, and she told me she felt uncomfortable talking to me about it due to my feelings towards him and how he lived his life. That's fair. I was devastated to say the least. I have never felt like such a horrible partner. Oh, see this death and grief, it's such a tough thing to deal with, especially when you have a partner. I was selfish. I failed to see him as anything more than his mistakes, and I failed to support my wife through his death. It was a long talk with lots of tears. and we both agreed to be more open in the future and less judgmental. We started attending therapy together less than 2 weeks after that, and we have been going ever since, once a week. It was rough at first, but it has helped tremendously in dealing with the bumps in the road of our marriage. Great steps are being made. As for our son, we came to an agreement on a name after lots of long discussion. A first name we both adored and her brother's middle name. Okay, that's great, just spelled differently. Okay, a good compromise for both of us, and it was my son's own name that no one before him had carried. We were both happy. Then on July 3rd, 2022, my wife delivered a beautiful, healthy 8-limb baby girl. What? To say that we were shocked would be an understatement. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. If there is a God, we know now that he loves drama, because what? To say that we were shocked would be an understatement. My daughter came home the next day, and since then, I am still in awe of how we created something so perfect. Oh, we didn't figure out a name until she was a week old, but I'm happy to share that Eleanor Shea, oh, that's adorable, is what we came up with. We are still adjusting to life with an infant, but so far, it has been nothing short of amazing. Thank you for the past advice, internet friends and strangers. I did not see that coming, so it ended up you didn't even name him after the brother at all. Well, maybe that's just, you guys just need a little baby girl in your life, and just to put some nice duct tape over it and be like, you know what, we're just having a whole fresh start, and you can remember your brothers however you want to remember them, and that's kind of beautiful. Wait, there's another update. Oh, why does it say my wife is cheating on me? Oh my God. Wait, no. Oh my gosh. What are you doing up there? What is happening? I am just here to vent my frustrations and scream into the void about my current situation. I can't talk to anyone in my personal life about this. My wife is cheating on me. My wife is cheating, and she has been for the past 2 months. I don't even know where to start to begin to understand. We have a beautiful home, stable careers. We're not financially struggling. No drug or alcohol abuse. We attend therapy together. Our daughter is healthy, perfect. Our 6-year wedding anniversary is in 3 months from tomorrow. We've been together for 11 years. I've spent the last 2 days examining everything about us under a microscope, trying to find a crack. Where I went wrong. When did she become unhappy? When did this life, our life, become unsatisfactory for her? For her to step out of our marriage with some random guy she met on Facebook? For her to throw our family away? I just don't understand. Oh my God, what? I was happy. What is happening? I found out Monday, completely by chance. My daughter's tablet was dead. I grabbed my wife's iPad so she could watch her nighttime videos and go to sleep. Wife isn't home right now. She's on a trip and won't be back for another 4 days. Oh my God, what is she doing on the trip? Oh my God. I keep hearing message notifications dinging on her iPad while my daughter has it, so I took it to turn it on silent, only to see a man's name I didn't recognize with a little winky face next to it. Oh my. Why? I went through everything. They've done it all. Met up, spent the night together, went on dates. They even had a romantic cruise planned for next month. A cruise? The audacity of this woman. Oh my gosh. The same cruise she told me was a bachelorette trip with one of her friends. Oh, I encouraged her. I was so proud she was getting out there and becoming more social, since she expressed motherhood made her feel like a recluse. And after digging a little deeper, all of these new friends she's been out with don't even exist. All lies. They are characters she created to continue her relationship with this man. I can't believe what is going on right now. I feel like a complete and total idiot. I never second-guessed a lie she fed me. I gave her my 100% trust. We've been doing couples therapy for a year. We communicate, we go on dates, we get each other gifts. Our sexual life was great. I never, not even for a second, would have suspected this. I don't know how to confront her with this. I don't want this. I don't want to split up our home, but I know that this isn't something therapy can fix. I know myself well enough to know I'll never be able to trust her again. Do I just let go? Let her go be with this man who clearly makes her happier than I can? Oh, my entire existence is intertwined with her. How do I even begin to untangle that and separate? I have 4 more days to sit and overthink this. Oh my gosh. I need a minute. I can't believe this. Just the level of lying involved in this is disturbing to me. Yeah, I mean, I know, yeah, you guys got a kid together, you're married, all this stuff, but the level of I would never be able to trust them ever again, ever. Like you said, no amount of therapy would fix that. In me, at least, I'd be like, nope, I'm good. I deserve better. I'm going to be like a Redditor and be like, divorce. Cut ties with that. You didn't deserve that. There's another update, though. 1 month after last update. I posted here almost a month ago venting my frustrations about discovering my wife's affair, and I received a magnitude of comments and messages filled with advice and kind words. For that, I thank everyone who took the time to comment and write me, and I'm sorry for anyone who related to my situation. I'm here with somewhat of an update, but mostly more venting. My life is upside down and it feels good to get it out somewhere. Sorry if a lot of this is rambling, and sorry for the length. You could vent here, it's fine. After making a post, I took the advice from everyone and gathered up all the evidence and contacted lawyers in my area. Yeah, that would be my absolutely sorry. I didn't even comment really on it, but definitely I would have said that. I found a really great one and went ahead and started on divorce papers before my wife got home. Yes. I also got tested for STIs. Yep. And told my parents' best friend about the situation. I took my daughter to my parents so I could have the alone time to mentally prepare myself to face my wife with this discovery. I rage cleaned a lot. Oh, I do that too. And cried a lot for the last 2 days before she got back. I packed some of her stuff, but then unpacked it and cried more. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh, I had it planned to lay out all the screenshots along with the divorce papers on our dining room table and just sit and wait for her, but I didn't get the chance to do it. She was supposed to get home later in the afternoon on Sunday, but she ended up getting back around 6:30 that morning. She didn't call or text in hopes of surprising me. Oh, isn't that sweet of her? I didn't greet her. I just went and got the folders of evidence and divorce papers and gave them to her. Oh, we love it. We love a cold greeting. I don't remember anything she said that day, but I just said I knew I wanted a divorce and I would keep the house as it was in my name solely. It hurt a lot. I wanted to hug her, but also scream at her. Lots of tears from her, lots of yelling at me. I didn't say anything. I told her we could discuss it at length with lawyers present once she accepted the situation and calmed down. Good for you. I think someone called it gray wall in the comments of my last post. Not entirely sure, but I tried my best to do that and not show emotion, argue with her. Best thing you could do. It was really hard, hardest thing I hope I'll ever have to do. She betrayed me, but I still felt awful making her cry. 'Cause you're a good person. She left that day with some clothes, personal belongings, and went to her parents, and my parents and best friend came to stay with me and my daughter. I had my lawyer arrange a meeting between us to discuss custody, belongings, money, everything else that following Tuesday. Well, Monday, I got a call from the clinic to come in to review the results of STI tests. Oh my God, please don't tell me. And as it turns out, her parting gift to me is HSV2. This guy cannot get a break. Oh my gosh, you're joking. I cannot describe in words how angry, sad, shattered I am. I'm still accepting it. I don't think I have yet, but I am working on it. I know it's common, very common. It's not going to kill me, but it doesn't make it suck any less. I joined a support group on Facebook. Those people are great. I want to give this guy a hug. Oh my God, I feel so bad. Going in Tuesday with that knowledge was awful. I felt so much shame bringing that up in front of not only her, but both of our lawyers. I knew if I tried to discuss it with her privately, it wouldn't go well, not with the amount of anger, sadness I have in my system. She never apologized. She was a different person that day. Yeah, her real self, I think. I felt like I was looking into the eyes of a complete stranger. No emotion whatsoever. Divorce-wise, everything is cut and dry. We separate finances. The house is mine. We are just waiting the 90 days for it to finalize. There were no objections on her end, but one. She wants to terminate her paternal rights over our daughter. This keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I say wants. She is terminating rights, at least trying to. She doesn't want her anymore. Our daughter, our baby. I was blindsided. I'm still blindsided. My daughter is 1. She loves her mama. I'm gonna cry. Mama was her first word. She is 1. It's been 3 weeks, and the pain I've felt, the pain for my daughter, for my family, has been indescribable. I thought this was gonna be like a nice, fun, light video, but this is like a horror movie. She doesn't deserve her daughter at this point, so probably for the best, which is horrible to say, but I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know what changed or when it changed, but it terrifies me. I feel like my entire life was pulled out from under me. I haven't talked to her per lawyer's advice and my own fear of what I would say. She hasn't seen her daughter. She told me that day she didn't want to. She didn't want any pictures from our home, any memories, just her clothes and electronics. What a heartless bitch. I don't understand any of it. I don't think I will. We have to go to court for her petition to terminate rights, and I don't want to look at her. I just can't accept this is a reality right now, not after everything. I'm trying as hard as I possibly can to keep positive outlook on everything and be strong for my family and my baby, but this has been so hard. I can't even imagine. I hope a year from now I can look back and say, I survived that. But right now it feels impossible to even see what's next. This is just like... I just feel so bad for this person. I have no advice. There's another update though, so let's read that 8 months after last update. Hi there, for anyone who has messaged me and has loads of comments I've received regarding my past venting on this account, apologies first off. I genuinely kind of forgot I had it. Not much of a Reddit guy. That's fair. But I've been getting into TikTok lately and saw a video about a super depressing Reddit story and remembered my own super depressing Reddit story. Lol. Okay, well, at least he put a lol in there. Maybe it's better. It's been around 8-ish months since I last posted here about my upside down situation, and a lot of people messaged me in that time wanting to know how I was and what unfolded, and I really appreciated you strangers for all the kind messages. It genuinely means a lot, and I'm sorry I haven't replied or anything. My life has been such a whirlwind these past few months. It's hard to believe that was that long ago. To sum up the sad stuff, first off, my divorce was finalized without any hiccups or holdups. I'm still in the works of trying to sell our old house, but in the meantime we moved to a new state. Nice. My ex is still in the process of petitioning for termination of parental rights. I've only seen her 3 times since moving, and it has been to fly out to court. I was granted temporary full custody in the process per her request and suggestion, and she was not mandated any visitation and has denied any offer of it. Oh God, what a monster. She has not seen my daughter in 7 months. She has requested not to. I don't know what else she's been up to or if she is still with her boyfriend or not. Since the divorce, it has been in my best interest of my mental health to keep the contact as minimal as possible, and she has done the same. I've offered her many chances for her to visit with my daughter, whether it be video call or flying out, and before we moved, I asked weekly, but it was always a no. Her parents still video call with my daughter, and we're hoping that they can fly out over the summer and spend time with her. Well, at least her grandparents want to spend time with her. That's good, at least. They've been cut off by my ex as well. Wow. What a miserable, miserable human being. I'm not sure what changed, but I can't change it back, and I'm accepting it mostly. I wish her well in all future endeavors. God, you're a good person. Now for the happy stuff that has happened. Okay, thank you. Firstly, I am a proud Arizonan now. Never saw myself moving here, but we have loved it so far. My parents packed up and came with us, and I don't think I've ever seen them so happy. My daughter is doing amazing. She will be 2 years old in July, and she is the smartest, funniest toddler I've ever met. She knows her ABCs, can count to 20 without help, loves animals and bugs especially. She thinks farts and cow mooing are the definition of comedy, and she doesn't know, but she has been my biggest motivator to heal from this whole ordeal and be my best self. Like, I genuinely don't know how I helped make such an awesome kid. The more her personality grows, the more in awe I am of just how cool she is. I could talk for days about her, so I'll cap it here before this ends up being a Harry Potter length post. He's such a good dad. As for myself, I'm in therapy and have been throughout these 8 months, and I am in a much better headspace. I'm working on getting back on top of my health, as I did put on 30 stress pounds. Hey man, that's fair. I'll get there eventually, but I'm not sweating it too much. I have not dated or tried to. I don't think I will anytime soon. I've adjusted to being a single parent pretty okay for the most part. I credit that to my family and friends more than anything because they have been a huge support system throughout this. There are still really hard moments that have happened, and I know there are more to come, but I will roll with it just as I have this and hope to come out on top. This is not the end of the world for me, even if it feels or felt like it at the moment. The sun will rise tomorrow, birds will chirp, and all will be well. Thanks to my therapist for that. Those 2 sentences have helped me immensely. I'm so happy for this, man. Sorry this ended up being so long. I should really pick up journaling, maybe a blog or something, lol. But thank you again to everyone who took the time to give me advice in the hardest time of my life. And thanks again to read this. I genuinely appreciate it. I'm so glad. I'm so sad for this person, but I'm so glad that they're doing so much better. Let's read some comments. That's so weird how the wife just suddenly changed like that. I wonder what happened. Yeah, I mean, it seems wild, but I mean, if she was taking her brother's death horribly and then was expecting to have a boy, I'm not giving her excuse, by the way. I think she's an actual monster. Expecting to have a boy, then she had a girl, and then she clearly was having some sort of issue with her husband and then was unfaithful, and just I feel like she completely lost herself in the worst way. not an excuse whatsoever. I think this is one of the worst types of people, and I hope she's in therapy, and I hope she comes back into her daughter's life, because I can't imagine that girl growing up and just knowing that her mother was just good to just never see her again. Like how much that's gonna f her up. Or hopefully not, because she has such a good dad, but how unfair. Comment under that said, it wasn't any one thing. It was a cocktail of grief, having a daughter instead of a son, and probably drugs. Well, we don't know about the drugs, but grief does some pretty inane things to a person's mind. And then she was banking on having a son and naming him after the brother as a way to cope. When she got her daughter instead, fully disassociated the daughter as her child, and then the rest of the behavior is kind of textbook addict walking away from the support system. Yeah, I mean, again, not an excuse, but it's just all terrible. Another comment said, maybe the toxic brother was a smoking gun. I think the universe was on OOP's side when it made his kid a girl. That's what I was saying. I think whoever's upstairs was like, nah, we're gonna make this a girl because this needs to happen, you know? I feel like this is a story where we'll never find out why the ex did everything or how it will turn out for her. So I hope OOP fulfills the saying that the sweetest revenge is a life well lived. Amen. I'm good. I'm done. That was a lot. I'm okay. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing down below in the comments, please. All right, everybody. I was gonna say I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot for this video, but I'm so curious to see what you guys think of all of these down below. Let me know if you like these types of videos, and if you do really like them, there's a ton over on my Call Me Chris 2 channel. But yeah, right now I'm in Canada with my family. I haven't been back home in Canada in over a year, so I'm very excited. I'll make sure to vlog it and everything. Also, thank you again to Babbel for sponsoring this video. Remember, you can get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription. Just click my special link in the description and start your language journey today. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see your beautiful face in the next one. All right.